Hello, and welcome to the Diva Talks Live Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, the Diva. And tonight, my very special guest is Kate Crazy herself, Miss Shatice Jackson. Hey,
Hello,
girl.
how are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm great. Can't complain. Yes.
Good. So I have to share something with you before we get into the interview. Most of you may or may not know that today I laid my auntie Diane to rest, and her death was actually a shocker. And so I was going to cancel, but then I started thinking, you know what? What makes people happy? A cake. You get cakes when you have a birthday, celebration, retirements, all those good things. And Auntie Diane loved cake. So I couldn't postpone this interview. And plus, I'm just super excited that you took time out of your busy, busy schedule to do it. So I'm excited. It's a very special interview for me today and a very special day knowing that cakes make everybody happy. So anyway, without further ado, Miss Shatice, what's going on?
Hey, well, I just would like to say, first of all, sorry for your loss and thank you for inviting me to the show and thank you for not postponing. I'm very excited. And yes, cake does make everyone happy.
Yes, it does. So, for the world, because I know everybody knows you, but for those who don't know you, tell them who you are.
Well, I'm Shatice Jackson, owner of Cake Crazy Bakery. I'm a chef. I'm a chef first. The baking is kind of relatively new. I've been a chef, culinary chef my whole life. Um, I went to culinary school, went to Emerson for it, and college for it. I graduated from the Culinary Institute of America. Then I went to Buffalo State for hospitality administration, all for cooking and then I became a chef instructor at Buff State and taught the students how to run a restaurant. Everything was restaurant based. And I made a cake for my mother 10 years ago. And it looked like a 3-year-old made it, but she she almost cried because it came from me and she loved it so much. So that smile on her face, I will never forget that smile she had on her face. So I was working at Buff State at the time, but I had it was New Year's Eve. Her birthday is New Year's Eve, so I had the entire month off, January off. So I just started YouTubing how to decorate, how to bake, and I became obsessed with it. And one day my mother called my favorite aunt and said, "Oh, Shatice is cake crazy. All she does is talk about cake." And the whole conversation, the only thing I remember was Cake Crazy. So that's why I named the bakery Cake Crazy.
Wow, that was definitely one of the questions that I had about where did the name Kate Crazy come from. So thank you for answering that. But I want to piggyback just a little bit. You said you are a chef.
Yes.
Wow. Talk a little bit about that. And are you still cooking? Because I know that you do weddings. And that's what I was trying to tell people when I put you out there and I said, she does way more than this, the baking. Um, you have a lot going on. Talk a little bit about the chef.
Well, okay. All right. So it's like I'm a chef that is in love with baking. It's all right. Let me just start from the beginning. So yes, I'm
Okay.
a chef. I worked for Emerald Lagasse in Las Vegas. I did an internship in Disney World, so I worked there. I graduated from the #1 cooking school in the country, the Culinary Institute of America.
Wow.
So I worked in 14 different restaurants, worked in chain restaurants, fine dining. I so I know a lot about how restaurants are ran, all different restaurants. But so yeah, culinary arts and cooking is, you know, that's what I know. That's what I'm. So when people ask me, they would always say, "You should think about teaching classes." I always said, "Yeah, I'll teach cooking classes because that's still what I know even more than baking. I'm still, that I kind of fell into it and started learning on my own and having people help me, but the cooking, that's truly my passion. But I had to realize that people know me for cakes. So I was
Yes.
trying to do, catering. We were catering weddings, so we would cater the wedding reception and make the wedding cake. And I was trying to push catering, push it, push it, push it. But the people want my cakes.
Yes.
So we no longer cater. Um,
Oh.
yeah, we know because I was someone told me, they said, Shatise, listen, okay, we know you're a chef, but people, you're cake crazy, so that you can't take that away. So yeah, I just enjoy now cooking for my husband and my family. And yeah, I may start doing some cooking videos, but other than that,
Okay.
I'm sticking to what the people want. They want my cakes. So I
Well,
find
that's true. My heart hurts though because your cooking is so good. I've been to several things that you've catered, and for me, obviously the taste is number one. It has to taste good, but presentation is also up there. And if the presentation is not right, I don't even want it. And every time I've been to anything that you have catered,
Mhm.
the presentation of the food was on point,
Thank
as well as the presentation of your employees. They
thank
came with jackets, hats, the whole nine yards. I watch stuff like that. And
yeah, I
every event
appreciate
that I've been to that you have done,
thank you.
top notch. So yeah, I'm a little hurt behind that, but I get it. I understand that, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot going on. So how did you work through COVID with the weddings being canceled, events being canceled? How did that work for you?
You know what? In the beginning, I said I can look at it one of two ways. I can be depressed and I can say, this might be the end of Kate Crazy, or I can say, listen, I am going to turn this around and I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to be creative, pray, and just keep pushing. And that's what I decided to do. And thank God we didn't have to close.
Mhm.
So, if we had to close, then it would have been a difference, a big difference. But we didn't close at all. So I just kept pushing. People were coming because they were bored. So they were coming in for cupcakes and things. I had a lot of pop-up specials and I just kept posting on social media. And I'm like, we're here, we're open, we're here. Let's make your day a little sweeter. And
Right.
I just want to thank the community, everyone. They've been so supportive from day one. So
Yes.
even before I opened the bakery, when I was out of my house, that's why I quit. I tried to work at Buffalo State and bake at night, and it just, now mind you, I had no experience in a bakery at all, but I had to let it go because people, they kept calling me. I even shut down my business page one time, and people were emailing me, texting me, wanting cakes. So I said, I got to do this. So the community and everyone has just been so supportive, and I am so grateful. I just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you for the love and
Awesome.
support.
Well, that is, I'm still trying to wrap my head around that you didn't even know how to bake. And look at you now. That just goes to show you that when you're blessed with a gift, there's nothing you can do about it.
Right?
You're just blessed with the gift. So, talk about your staff because I know you don't do this by yourself.
Oh my goodness. No, honestly, I don't decorate the cakes. I don't they make me look good, and whenever I post a cake and people say, "Shatice, oh, you're so talented." Not really. I mean, I am because I know my place, and I did decorate all the cakes when, before I started the bakery. That's why, I got popular and things. I was decorating, but once I opened the bakery, I realized that I had to promote. I had to make sure that everything was ran smoothly. So I decided to hire people who were better than me in their
Mhm.
expertise. So my decorator, like every decorator that worked at Cake Crazy, they're the top decorators in Western New York, and they're amazing. And I could not do one third of what they do, and I would never try to pretend. And even my bakers, I learn from them. And I'm the owner of the bakery, and what I do is I step in when they need me. I make sure that everything is consistent. I have a very good eye as far as detail. I pay attention to details. So I'll say, these cupcakes, they're not, look at the case, step back. I always tell Kiera, I can see this tray is not, it's the same distance from this tray as every other. Those minor details I pay attention to. I mean, some people may think I'm a little anal. I am, but I think that's what makes us great. And we
Yes.
are. And I'm very proud of my team. I don't call them my staff, I call them my team. And I love
Excellent.
them, and they're great. They, like I said, they make me look good.
Wow. Well, kudos to the team because you guys are killing it. I mean, everything that you post is just like, wow, is that even real? I mean, my goodness. Now, you mentioned briefly about your family, and I'm not sure, was it during the COVID or just before COVID? You got married.
During COVID,
Woo!
yes.
During COVID. Congratulations, Mrs. Jackson. Awesome. So you guys snuck away and just got married. Where did all of that come from?
Well, we were both married before, so we decided we were going to do this elope even if COVID never happened.
Okay.
This We fell in love immediately. I knew he was going to be my husband the first day I met him. So,
Okay.
yeah, first day.
Okay, husband.
So he took a couple months to be sure, but I knew. And we had already planned on eloping. We didn't even tell our kids. We just
Okay.
did it, and it was amazing. But what we did was we had a slideshow made, excuse me, pictures, made a slideshow of the ceremony and everything too. And when we posted it the same day, shouts out to Mr. Tillman. Yeah, he made it happen the same day. It was very important for me to show our family and friends the day that we eloped, so it would be like they were a part of it. So
Nice.
yeah.
Well, congratulations. You both look great together. And I think he's into bodybuilding. And I think that was something that you were also into.
Yeah.
How is that working out for you?
Oh, it's great. Because he keep I'm into it a little bit, but he's done 9 shows already. He's gotten his pro
Wow.
card, so he's really into it. So it's great. He's taught me so much. Now I would always have a personal trainer. I always thought that I needed one, and he would say, "Baby, you know enough. You can do it on your own." So right now, I'm working out on my own. I come up with my own workouts, and he motivates me. We do push-ups together. We do. He doesn't like cardio. I love cardio, running and dancing and doing stairs. He's more, lifting and the heavy weights and stuff. But we work out together. It's great. It's so.
Wow. Well,
Mhm.
you both look great together, and you spoke about your cardio. At any given day, you may turn on your Facebook page and find you dancing. And I mean, you got some moves, girl. Have you always been a dancer, or this is something since you started working out?
Oh my goodness, no! I've always loved dancing from the I was a little girl. Yeah, I've always loved it. Yeah. So.
Yes, I enjoy it. I'm like, I need to be up dancing. I've stole some of the songs that you play. I'm like, I've never heard that song before. Okay, I like that song, but
Woo!
I need to follow you in getting up and dancing because dancing is fun, but it's also a great exercise. So thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Oh, I'll post
Now,
more.
being into working out and things of that nature, how is it with the sweets at home? Are you baking at home a lot, or it's not allowed in the house, or how is that? Because I know you have a son.
Right.
So what's going on with the sweets in the house?
It's so funny. Okay, so when I was baking in my house, I didn't enjoy it at all because
Mhm.
Tyler was a toddler, and I would be potty training him. He'd be on a potty. Someone's picking up their cake. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a professional. Oh, what am I going to do? Tyler, go over there. Stuff like that. So something has to give. So once I opened the bakery, I like I got rid of every baking thing. I can't bake anything here. I don't have anything to bake at the house. Nothing.
Oh my goodness.
Nothing.
Oh
So
my goodness.
if I bake anything, it's at the bakery. And Tyler is a big boy. It's so funny. It may look like he eats a lot of my baked goods, but he really does. He's eating a lot of food. He only has some cookies and stuff, you know, when it comes to bakery, sometimes. But yeah, I have to work out a lot because I don't post this part on Facebook, but the peanut butter cookies and sweet potato tarts. Yeah, sometimes I'm hiding from my team. Yeah, because they know I'm supposed to be working out and training for a show, and they'll catch me. Like, really? Are you supposed to be
Oh
eating?
my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Mind your business.
Listen, I own the shop. I can eat whatever I want. You look fine. You look fine. Now you say you don't bake out your home, but I know you just bought a new home. Congratulations on that as well. I'm telling you, you're doing amazing things. Congratulations on the new home. How is it going for you?
Oh my goodness. It is such a blessing. I mean, I wake up crying sometimes because I'm so grateful and so blessed. I mean, during the pandemic, and it's so difficult to buy a house right now because there's so many, like, you have to overbid. There's so much competition, and my obsession kind of had to kick in with this house. I saw the house. We received emails, you know, and looked at the pictures. As soon as the bakery closed, I went, visited, looked at the house in person, saw some neighbors on the street, asked them how was the neighborhood, was it a good neighborhood for kids and stuff like that. And I said I might be buying that house down the street. It was only on the market for 4 or 5 hours, and listen, I told our realtor, Tamika, I said, Tamika, it was so Tamika and Rosalind, the MMB is great. They're great.
Yes.
Of them. And I said, want this house. We got what do we got to do? What do we got to do? We want this house.
Wow. Well, they worked it out. You all worked it out and you got it. Congratulations, and God bless you in your new home. And that's awesome. Nothing like it. It's such a great feeling. I just want to move back a little bit on the bakery. So now, are you still in Wegmans? That had to be huge.
You know what? That was like, I felt like I was dreaming because Wegmans, they actually came to me and they asked me if I had a sweet potato cake. And I said yes. And, you know, they asked me if I wanted to put it in. Now, I was in Wegmans, 5 locations. I was there for 2 years. I'm no longer in Wegmans, but it's because, you know, I'm a small bakery. So the overhead, you know, the cost of creating the boxes and all the labels and stuff like that, it was a bit much. But, you know, never know what'll happen in the future because Wegmans, you know, they were great. The relationship was amazing, and they said I could always come back.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
2 years is a long time. Right. That's a long time. That is awesome. But now besides Cake Crazy, and that's where we want to send the people for sure, and we'll get that information out to them before the show is over. But you're in some restaurants too, I saw, right?
Right now, I'm in Simply Soul about to say Rochester, no, Niagara Falls, and Empty Coffee Cup. We are an Empty Coffee Cup as well, and so that's Simply Soul. They are up and coming. They're only 7 months old.
Okay.
And they are huge. They order, so they keep me busy. They keep us busy, and it's great. And I can't, they sell so many desserts. My husband and we dined there, and just the time that we were eating our dinner, we saw 17 slices of cake go out of the bakery. So yeah, they're amazing. Their food is great. You should check them out and make sure you ask for a slice of Cake Crazy's cake when you're there.
That is awesome. I will definitely be going to check them out, and I will get a slice of cake. It reminds me of Sylvia's up in New York City when you see the people coming in for the slices of cake. And
Right.
so that's exactly what I thought about when you just said that. One thing that I wanted to mention, I didn't want to forget. I know you have a van, a beautiful van. You were blessed with that. So that is an awesome thing. One of my very, very sister friends, Danietta Peach, she mentioned that she left you a message on your phone. She was driving, I believe it was down Bailey, and she was behind your truck. And it was a young man driving it. And she was so impressed with how professional he was, how he took his time, and she wanted to let you know. So she called. She said, Diva, I left a message letting her know that this young man did an awesome job and things of that nature. And I said, you know what? You don't really get people calling with good compliments. So I
Right.
wasn't sure if you got that message or not, but Danietta, our Peach, she wanted to make sure that you knew that she saw your truck and that the guy who was driving it was doing an
Was,
awesome job.
was it recent?
I want to say one day last week.
Oh, that was my husband.
Oh. Well, he was doing, she called and she said she left you a message to let you know that she was just impressed. She was just
Wow.
impressed.
He
Yeah.
on Saturdays he does what we call a cake run, pop-up cake run, and he takes a lot of the sweets from the bakery. He goes around to the local barbershops and beauty salons, and so
Awesome.
probably on a Saturday.
Awesome.
But yeah, so
So, well, that's good. But I wanted to tell you that because, like I said, you get a lot of phone calls and people are not, giving compliments all the time. But,
right.
when you get that and it had nothing to do with the actual cake,
Oh,
that was really, good. So I wanted to make sure that I let you know that. What do you have coming up next? What's next?
cake decorating classes. So for
Nice.
years, people have been asking me to teach classes, and
Mhm.
I, like I said before, I would say, okay, I'll teach some cooking classes, and they say, no, we want decorating classes. So it took years, but I'm now teaching classes. I posted a flyer, and I posted it one time, and I had 3 dates available, and it sold out within a week. All the classes sold out. So then I added another date, it sold out immediately. So now people are asking me for more dates, but I have to start teaching get through some of these classes first before.
Well, you're only that busy because you're just that good. It really is. I believe my god sister Charmaine's granddaughter is in one of your cake classes. Last name is Watson, or she's gonna
Wow.
be taking your class. But if you go back on my post, you will see somebody also wants to order 50 cupcakes. I don't know if you saw that. So I'm just throwing that stuff out there. That's on that post that I posted. Let
Hey, got you with the 50 cupcakes. Yes, yes, yes. Tomorrow we're open 10 to 3. Give me a call.
Okay, Annetta. Her name is Annetta. Make sure you give her a call at Cake Crazy. I am just super, super proud. I've been knowing you for years and years. I remember when you started, when you graduated actually from Buff State. That's how far we go back. And when you started doing the case, because I remember you doing the cooking. And again,
Mm-hmm.
you had that high skill cooking. You
Yeah,
set the plate, the plating and things of that nature. So
I
you
love.
know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. And I'm just super impressed by you and all that you've been doing. And I'm just so happy that, COVID didn't shut you guys down. You kept going and you're just moving on up, moving on up.
It's such a blessing, such a blessing. But God He put something in me, and now I said, okay, I had to listen to the people,
That's
and
it.
this baking thing. I'm just gonna just ride it till the wheels fall off.
That's it. Well, somebody has a birthday every day.
Right.
And we celebrate every year. There's something always going on. And like I said, today was special for me because I'm like, it's a cake. When you think about cake, you get happy. So I needed to do this interview, and you have definitely made me happy. And tell people where they can come, where you're located, and your times and hours and things of that nature.
All right. So Cake Crazy Bakery, we're located at 2525 William Street in Cheektowaga. So between Harlem and Union. And our hours are, we're open Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, 10 to 3. And Thursdays, we're open noon to 6. For all the people who, work until 5 or 5:30, then we stay open a little later on Thursdays.
Awesome. So before we get out of here, I want to let you know, by me being an event coordinator, I know how it is when you order a wedding cake. You can't ask to order a wedding cake for Saturday on a Wednesday like you would do a cake at Walmart or things of that nature. What do you expect, or what should people do if they want to order a wedding cake or anniversary cake, something big like the cake that you had just shown a couple of days ago for a wedding, say for 150 people?
So for a wedding cake, I would say we would ask for a 2 weeks notice. Even
Okay.
a custom cake, normally it's 1 week, but we've been kind of really swamped. So I would say 2 weeks notice for a custom cake. Now cupcake, we have traditional grab and go cakes. We only need a couple of days. We can give you a strawberry crunch cake or a Neapolitan cake, pink lemonade cake in 2 days, or cupcakes. But the custom cakes, give us a week and a half to 2 weeks notice, please.
Okay. And shout out to Jason and Maureen with the strawberry crunch cake that they got for me for my 50th birthday. I was real selfish. I did not want to cut the cake. And the reason why I didn't want to cut the cake is it happened exactly what I knew was going to happen. They bring the cake in and I'm like, thank you, thank you. And then I close it back up and they're like, no, Diva, you got to cut the cake. I'm like, no, I don't. Yes, you do. And I cut the cake and I had one piece of cake.
Wow.
That's it. And the cake that you sent. So I had one, and that's exactly why I didn't want to cut it when everybody was there. Yes, I was being selfish. It was my birthday, and not that I can't afford to miss a piece of cake, but I did not want to share my cake. Thanks, Jason and Maureen. But that cake was so good. It was so good. But again, like I said, everything that you do, Corey is in there every Thanksgiving, the line out the door. Yes. Making sure he gets a sweet potato pie every Thanksgiving. And so thank you so much. You are just doing fantastic things here in the city of Buffalo and the surrounding areas, obviously in Niagara Falls. Go check Simply Soul out and check Shatise out. I thank you so much, girl, for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Listen, guys, we were laughing so hard because before we got on, we were laughing. She wanted to make sure the lighting and everything was really good. But at the end of the day, if it wasn't, all you had to do was taste her cake, and it didn't matter what it looked like, because her cakes, her cookies, her pies, everything. Shout out to your team. You guys are doing an awesome job. I wish you nothing but the best. And I'll be seeing you. You're doing a wedding that I'm doing in August. So I can't wait for that. But keep pushing. This is a blessing from God, and you are walking and shining in your light. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
And to my virtual studio audience, thank you. As always, I say, you didn't have to watch, but I'm so happy that you did. But before we go, y'all see this mug? It says Cornell. Let me tell y'all something. My godson, Jalen Keith, graduated from Cornell University with his master's degree on Sunday. Last year, he graduated with his bachelor's degree. This Sunday, he received 2 degrees, his bachelor and his master's degree. He is an engineer, y'all. Engineer. Let me tell you something. My baby is going on Wall Street. He has a job, the one job that he wanted. He applied and he got it. He is going to be working as an engineer on Wall Street in New York City. When I say I am so proud of Jalen, he sits back. He doesn't say a word. He is smart as a whip, just like his godmother. But So proud of you, Jalen. Congratulations, baby. Kudos to Jason and Maureen for doing an awesome job with raising such a beautiful, beautiful, awesome, smart young man. I am so blessed to call my godson. So shout out to him. He sent me this, y'all. He graduated. We couldn't be there because there were only 2 people. So his parents had to go. You know, I had an attitude. But he brought me the cup. So he knows I like cups. So thank you, Jalen. And to all those who purchased the ticket for this coming Sunday for brunching with author life coach Danietta R. Peach and myself, the Diva, we thank you. Get ready to have a good time. Those who missed out or weren't able to make it, you'll hear about it. And hopefully you'll be there the next time. Thank you so much for joining again, watching the Diva Talks Live Show. I appreciate each and every one of you. We just ask that you stay in your happy space, because if you're not happy, you can't make anyone else happy. Thanks again, Shatise. Have a great night. I'll see you guys next week.